Please stand as the Iowa State University Navy ROTC Color Guard presents the colors and vocalist Andrew Cox sings our national anthem. Students and guests, please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Laura Jolly, Dean and Dean's Chair of the College of Human Sciences. Welcome to our Convocation. This afternoon, we are proud to recognize students who will receive official confirmation of bachelor's degrees tomorrow during the Iowa State University graduation commencement ceremony. Today is a time of celebration centered around you, our students. You are all shining examples of what it means to be a human scientist. Whether you're educating the next generation, protecting our food systems, creating unforgettable experiences, building healthier bodies and minds, designing new clothing, or engaging in countless other careers that move humanity forward. Your time at Iowa State has prepared you for meaningful work that can impact entire communities and multiple generations. Your strong academic rigor, combined with the hands-on experiences you've had, will all be assets wherever you begin your next chapter. I'd encourage you to think about the people who have supported you throughout your journey. Everyone in this audience and those who are thinking of you today are incredibly proud of you. Thank you for becoming a Cyclone. Our faculty and staff are honored to have shared in your joy and achievements. We would like to recognize our students who are in the United States military, as well as the people in the audience who have served our country. If you are able, please stand so we can show our appreciation. Now to our graduates. We can't say it enough, but we are all incredibly proud of you and know you'll go on to do amazing things. If you're able, please stand and be recognized. Thank you.
Hello, I am Sarah Francis, Jane Armstrong Endowed Chair for Food Science and Human Nutrition, and Interim Associate Dean and Director of Human Sciences Extension and Outreach. Students, your exams are now behind you, but your education continues. As you receive your degree and move forward on your chosen journey, you may leave our campus behind, but you don't have to leave behind our wonderful college and university. I invite you to continue your education with Iowa State University with Extension and Outreach, which offers access to education in all 99 Iowa counties. On campus and across Iowa, nearly 1,000 Extension and Outreach faculty and staff provide educational sessions, workshops, and instructions to Iowans every day. We are also available online, anywhere and anytime you wish to learn. I encourage you to explore how we can assist you after graduation and in the adventures to come. Wherever you may land, know that you can continue your education, expand your potential, and improve your life through Iowa State University Extension and Outreach. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Margret, and I serve as an Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Education in the college. Many of our College of Human Science graduates will be wearing different colored cords during the ISU commencement ceremony tomorrow. Red or gold honor cords recognize students who are graduating with distinction, which means they have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above on the 4-point scale. A number of exceptional students have completed the honors program and wear medallions. Graduation from the University Honors Program requires not only outstanding grades, but also completion of special courses and an individualized curriculum, as well as completion of a rigorous research project in a topic of unique interest to the student. Some students in the college have been inducted into honor societies in their fields. These include Alpha Upsilon Alpha, Beta Gamma Sigma, Eta Sigma Delta, Eta Sigma Gamma, Kappa Delta Pi, Kappa Omicron Nu, Phi Upsilon Omicron, Sigma Phi Omega. And they've also been inducted into several multidisciplinary honor societies. These include Phi Kappa Phi, Golden Key, Cardinal Key, and Mortarboard. Students completing the teacher education program also wear cords. Would all of the students graduating with distinction from the honors program, as a member of an honor society, and as a future educator, please stand to be recognized. Many of our students are also exceptional scholars, achieving grades in the top 10% of their major, while also engaging in extensive leadership and service. Each department was asked to identify one graduating senior who represents a truly outstanding example of the excellence displayed by the graduates of the College of Human Sciences. At this time, we would like to present the Dean's Recognition Awards. Leah Cooney from Moline, Illinois is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Dietetics and a minor in Culinary Food Science. One of Leah's nominators shared, Leah's holistic approach to wellness mirrors the ethos of the College of Human Sciences. Her future as a dietitian is promising, and it will be marked by innovation and compassion. Preparing for a career as a future dietitian, Leah's leadership was a key part of effectively operating numerous labs and classrooms. She also worked at Unity Point Health throughout her college experience to gain more experience in industry. Leah has served as a College of Human Sciences ambassador, sharing information about the college with prospective students and helping with events. Leah will pursue becoming a dietitian at Rush University in Chicago this fall. Let's congratulate Leah. Faith Diamond from Crystal Lake, Illinois is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Financial Counseling and Planning and minors in General Business and Sociology. Her intellectual curiosity led her to dive into research centered around government policy and financial literacy. Faith has applied her skills in leadership roles within both the Order of the Omega Honor Society and her sorority. Faith became certified as a Psychology of Financial Planning specialist. This is a particularly exceptional achievement as an undergraduate student. After graduation, she plans to enter the financial industry as a financial client associate at Benjamin F. Edwards & Company wealth management firm. Faith will no doubt transform lives by helping others develop the financial skills that they need to plan a successful future. We congratulate you, Faith. Lydia Lynch from Ames, Iowa is graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and a second major in music. Lydia effectively combined her passion and skills for music with her goal of becoming a physician. She spent several years working with a team of kinesiology researchers who examined the connection between music and cognition in people with Parkinson's disease. She's an accomplished musician who received numerous accolades for her performances at Iowa State. She even had the opportunity to travel to New York with the Iowa State University Marching Band and perform on the television show The View. Lydia will continue advancing knowledge on interactions between music and cognition and the effectiveness of music therapy in the treatment for persons with Parkinson's disease. She'll do this as she enters Iowa State's neuroscience program. After completing her master's program, she plans to apply to medical school. Congratulations, Lydia.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Reason, and I serve as the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Academic Affairs. Catherine Hadevogel is our college marshal. She is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Apparel, Merchandising, and Design, a Bachelor's of Science degree in Marketing, and a minor in Spanish for Professionals. Catherine is from Libertyville, Illinois. One nominator shared. Catherine sets the standard for what it means to represent outstanding excellence in apparel, merchandising, and design. Not only has she maintained a 4.0 grade point average, she is a 3-time Fashion Scholarship Fund recipient. Catherine was one of 2 managerial producers for the Fashion Show 2024. She helped lead a team of over 250 people, including models, committee members, directors, alumni, and professionals. Catherine served as a student ambassador for the college, as well as on the Fashion Forecasting Committee for Trend Fashion Magazine, a 100-page student-run and produced publication. Putting her classroom knowledge in action, Catherine interned at Macy's in New York, as well as studied abroad in Italy and Spain. Catherine is ready to make her mark in a global fashion industry. Please join me in congratulating Catherine on this prestigious honor. I would like to ask Kylie Peterson, one of the co-presidents of the College of Human Sciences Student Council, to come forward. Kylie is a senior in diet and exercise from Dunlap, Iowa. We are grateful to Kylie for her excellent leadership that she provided to the council and have asked her to present the CHS Student Council Graduating Student of the Semester Award. There you go.
Thank you, Associate Dean Reason. Each semester, the College of Human Sciences Student Council recognizes an outstanding student for remarkable leadership within the college, the university, and the Ames community. This is an award given for students by students. This semester's CHS Student Council's graduating student of the semester is Paulina Hernandez from Des Moines. Paulina is graduating summa cum laude with the Bachelor of Science in Apparel, Merchandising, and Design. Paulina is a leader and mentor, making an impact during her time with TRIO and as a teaching assistant. She provided valuable resources to students, empowering them to pursue their academic goals. Paulina was also a resident advisor in an on-campus apartment community where she facilitated meaningful conversations and created a living environment where students could thrive. As a student, she was an academic standout in the classroom, a leader in the fashion show, and she completed an internship in New York. Paulina will pursue a master's in student affairs from Iowa State's School of Education. Please help me congratulate Paulina for being chosen to receive this honor.
Thank you, Kylie, and congratulations, Paulina. I'm very pleased to introduce Odali Perla Cortez, who will represent the College of Human Sciences as a marshal at the all-university graduation ceremony tomorrow evening. Odali is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor's of Science degree in elementary education with endorsements in English as a second language and reading, as well as a minor in learning technologies. An MVP scholar, Odali grew up wanting to be a teacher who could positively impact the lives of her students. She has maintained a 3.91 grade point average while being actively involved in Lambda Theta Alpha Latin sorority, the Latinx student initiatives, and was named to Cardinal Court. Odali was a tutor at the Academic Success Center, where she assisted students with tutoring, supplemental instruction, and academic coaching. She organized presentations to share with faculty and students. Odali completed her student teaching at Capitol View Elementary in Des Moines and spent 4 summers as a lead staff member. As she transitions to her career as a third grade teacher in Perry, Iowa, Odali will be an excellent representative of Iowa State University as she pursues her dream of helping students become the best version of themselves in a safe and equitable environment. Odali will deliver remarks on behalf of all graduating seniors in the College of Human Sciences. Please join me in congratulating Odali.
Thank you, Associate Dean Reason. Before I start my speech, this is kind of high school of me, but I want to take a selfie just because I think it's fun. So please put on your best smiles because I think I might hang this on the fridge. I'll do a 0.5. Thank you. Okay. Well, hello to the parents, guardians, family members, friends, faculty, and staff in attendance today. More importantly, I would like to say hello to my peers in the College of Human Sciences. It is a huge honor to be up here today speaking to you and your loved ones, or who I like to refer to as your fans. Maybe. There we go. I would like for you all to take a look around this room and look for your loved ones and say thank you. I think it's the best thing to do, right? Without their continuous support, I'm sure you would be just a little lost on this journey. I would personally like to say thank you to my family, specifically my mom, my older brother, and my late father, for they are my world. They helped shape me into the person I am today, for without them, I would be nothing. Los quiero mucho. Additionally, I would like to thank all of the professors, academic advisors, most likely some tutors, and any additional academic assistants that we have in attendance today. I'm sure all of you have a few people in those categories that got you here today. They did, in fact, help you get this degree. So I'd like to say thank you to them all. As we sit here in 2024, let's walk down memory lane, more specifically to 4 years ago in 2020. For most of us, this was our senior year of high school going into freshman year of college. What a crazy time. Think back to when ISU was all online, when we had to wear masks everywhere, and to when we only had the only 4 people in a dorm rule. I think for a minute here, I thought we were going to have a lockdown part 2 just to relive 2020. Thankfully, that was not the case. Fast forward to 2024, I'm truly hoping that the pandemic didn't take too much of your college experience away, and that you are able to walk away with beautiful memories. Now, as you look around the room, this time, to those sitting next to you, you're looking at the newest generation of fashion designers, doctors, and educators, my personal favorite, and so many other occupations. These are the people that I am so excited to say are the new adults. For some, it may be the last time you see them, and for others, this new journey is just the beginning. We are all quite literally a click of a button away from each other, which is great. I really hope you all take advantage of that and do not let this be the last time you share memories. While graduating is full of goodbyes, it is also full of hellos. This room has so much potential, and I really hope you can all see that in yourselves as much as I can see it in you. You are surrounded by some of the best people in the world. Do not forget that. We are all here to celebrate and remember why we're doing what we do. I personally really hate saying goodbyes. They seem sad, maybe a little heartbreaking. Fortunately, this is not a goodbye, for it is a see you later. I am sure and hopeful that we will all cross paths with each other again. You are the future, and I am so proud to share this lifetime with you all. Something else that I really wanted to talk about is the fact that Iowa State has a new slogan, Innovate at Iowa State. I love it, but clearly I was meant to choose my adventure, and that I did, as did all of you. 1,376 days ago today, I started my adventure at Iowa State University. As long ago as that sounds, it really feels like just yesterday that I walked into Helzer Hall and met my best friends. Shout out to Maddie and Emma. 1,376 days ago, I was scared, confused, and anxious. 1,376 days later, I'm still feeling all of that, but this time with a bachelor's degree. Lastly, I just have one piece of advice. Go out there and have fun, take risks but be careful, and most importantly, YOLO, which if you know me, you know that I really love saying that as if it's 2016. You really do only live once, so take advantage of that as best as you can. I truly wish you all the best on your next adventure, whatever that may be, for you all deserve it and so much more. And Iowa State University, you're the best, and we all love you. Thank you again, and congratulations to Iowa State University's spring class of 2024.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Neem. I'm Regents Professor and Interim Chair of the Department of Apparel, Events, and Hospitality Management, also known as AWESOME. Each of our 3 programs are rated highly by academic peers and respected in their industries. Apparel, Merchandising, and Design is consistently a top 10 ranked program nationally. Event Management is the only 4-year program in the Upper Midwest and ranked number 1 nationally. Hospitality Management is ranked in the top 15 in the United States. Our entire awesome team of faculty and staff sends its congratulations and best wishes for future success to our spring 2024 graduates. It is now my pleasure to welcome our students to the stage.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in apparel merchandising and design. Grace Catherine Asmussen. Grace will be an assistant manager for Kohl's in Cedar Rapids.
Michelle Ann Odette. Michelle will begin graduate school at Iowa State in the fall.
Sadie Lynn Besh, magna cum laude. Sadie's favorite ISU memory is Saturdays at Jack Trice and being a producer for the fashion show.
Alexander Cacheres White. Alexander would like to thank family, friends, and his partner, Emily.
Allison Suzanne Catron. Allison would like to thank her friends and family for believing in her.
Merve Damambu. Merve would like to thank God, her family, and the TRIO community.
Catherine June Hadevogel, summa cum laude. Catherine's favorite ISU memory is producing the fashion show.
Paulina Hernandez, summa cum laude and honors program. Paulina would like to thank her family.
Grayson Marie Jones. Grayson would like to thank her parents, family, and friends for their love and support.
Kelly Kim Q. Kelly plans to pursue a job in the fashion industry.
Grace Sonia Kramer, magna cum laude. Grace would like to thank her mom and dad for their support.
Fee Lee, cum laude. Fee's favorite ISU memory is staying up late working on designs with friends.
Megan Lindsay, magna cum laude. Megan's favorite ISU memory is being an outreach producer for the fashion show.
Tegan Sue Lowe. Tegan would like to thank her parents for their love and support.
Emma May Lutz, summa cum laude. Emma will work as a technical apparel designer for Abercrombie & Fitch.
Olivia Joy Shephers. Olivia's favorite ISU memory is the big football tailgates her family would host.
Christina Faith Shepard. Christina would like to thank her parents.
Lindsay May Scotland, magna cum laude. Lindsay's favorite memory is serving as a producer for the fashion show 2024.
Rachel Spence, magna cum laude. Rachel would like to thank her parents and family.
Robe Ray Thorpe, magna cum laude. Robe would like to thank her friends and family.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in event management. Alexandra Rose Abraham. Alexandra would like to thank Dina and Scott Cunningham, her fiance Charlie, and Chad Reese.
Kylie Elizabeth Adams. Kylie will pursue a master's degree in education and student affairs at ISU.
Ilana Marie Brown, magna cum laude. Ilana's favorite ISU memory is playing volleyball on the MWL fields.
Irene Elizabeth Delingo. Irene would like to thank her family and friends for their support throughout her journey in Iowa State University.
Daniela Gutierrez, magna cum laude. Daniela would like to thank her mom, dad, and sisters.
Natalie Danielle Murray. Natalie plans to be an event and meeting planner near her hometown.
Kaylee Danielle Owens. Kaylee would like to thank her family for their continuous love and support.
Catherine Riley Suluk, summa cum laude. Catherine would like to thank her parents and her roommates for their endless support and love.
Lauren Elizabeth Snyder, summa cum laude. Lauren would like to thank her family, friends, advisors, mentors, and bosses.
Alyssa Lynn Vastine. Alyssa would like to thank her parents for sticking by her side.
Ashley Kristen Wernemont. Ashley would like to thank her friends and family for their endless support.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in hospitality management. Brittany Lauren Conway. Brittany would like to thank her family, friends, and professors.
Congratulations to the graduates from the Department of Apparel, Events, and Hospitality Management. Ryan Patrick Walsh. Ryan will be on the food and beverage team at the Hyperion Field Club in Johnston. Thank you to parents and family.
Read it again. This? Yeah, read that again, she said.
Congratulations to the graduates from the Department of Apparel, Events, and Hospitality Management.
Good afternoon. I'm Lorraine Lanningham Foster, Professor and Chair of the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition. It's an honor to be here with you as we come together to celebrate the achievements of these graduates. Today is an important milestone in your lives, and your years of hard work in your majors are now paying off. Our students who will walk across the stage today will receive degrees in culinary food science, dietetics, diet and exercise, food science, nursing, and nutritional sciences. Whether designing a new food product, learning how to communicate with clients and patients about nutrition, or mapping out a new metabolic pathway, our students are united by food. Graduates, as your family and friends gather here today to support you, perhaps in a celebratory meal, remind them of the importance of your degree. You are now our ambassadors of the world, ready to share your knowledge, skills, and abilities to enhance the quality of life for everyone. Dean Jolly, I am pleased to present the students from the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in culinary food science. London Jacks. London would like to thank his loved ones.
Anne Catherine Meister. Anne's favorite ISU memory is walking the campus and seeing the sycamore trees.
Crystal Tang. Thank you to all my family, friends, and mentors.
Talim Yo, cum laude. Talim would like to thank his family.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in dietetics. Leah Teresa Kunhi, summa cum laude. Leah would like to thank her family and the people she met in the program for the love and support.
Isabel Lynn Ekwall, cum laude. Isabel will complete ISU's MPP program and become a registered dietitian.
Riley Grace Ewing, summa cum laude. Riley would like to thank her parents, Hannah and Sophie, for all their love and support.
Lindsay Sue Ford. Lindsay will pursue a Master's of Professional Practice in Dietetics at Iowa State University.
Jennifer Gedowitz. Jennifer would like to thank Alex for moving around with her and being so supportive.
Abigail Ann Glick, summa cum laude. Abigail plans to attend Cornell to pursue a Master's in Nutritional Science.
Emily Ann Lubath. Emily would like to thank family, friends, and classmates.
Carly Ann Lehan. Carly would like to thank Christina Campbell.
Frances Leffelholz, summa cum laude. Frances would like to thank her parents and God.
Tegan Thayer Musselman. Tegan will attend the University of Minnesota's Master's Program in Dietetics.
Haley Marie Planbeck, summa cum laude and honors program. Haley plans to get her master's at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Haley Patricia Reyna, magna cum laude and honors program. Haley would like to thank her friends and family.
Abelini Rodriguez Mendel. Abelini would like to thank her parents and her brothers.
Grace Sharpless, magna cum laude. Grace plans to begin her master's in dietetics.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in nursing. Unjuawa Charity Iglobe, summa cum laude. Unawa would like to thank her husband, kids, and friends.
Regan Elizabeth Knopp, summa cum laude. Regan would like to thank her family, friends, peers, and professors. Regan is a fifth-generation Cyclone.
Ashley Chantel Mower. Ashley would like to thank her family, loved ones, and professors who have supported her.
Emily Owen, magna cum laude. Emily would like to thank her husband, Dylan, for his love and support this last year, and family for your encouragement.
Amanda Joy Shoppy, magna cum laude. Amanda would like to thank her professors and husband for all their support over the past year.
Emma Lynn Shute. Emma would like to thank her husband and her family for their support.
Linda Stephanie Vaughn, magna cum laude. Linda would like to thank her husband, Jake, and family for their support.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in nutritional science. Anna Catherine Schwarting, cum laude. Anna will apply to physician assistant school during a gap year.
Uthina Marie Aquileo. Uthina would like to thank her parents.
Taylor Marie Bockelman, cum laude. Taylor's favorite ISU memory is meeting her friends, being a TA, and bingo at size.
Novana Renee Brown. Novana would like to thank her grandmother for being her biggest supporter.
Grace Catherine Eggers, summa cum laude. Grace would like to thank her parents for their support.
Seth Jaden Danley Griner. Seth plans to work in carpentry with his older brother.
Emily Ann Peters, summa cum laude. Emily's favorite ISU memory is being a part of Salt Company.
Sunny Elizabeth Stickle. Sunny will attend Palmer College of Chiropractic in Florida.
Grace Marie Wood, summa cum laude. Grace will continue with research while pursuing a master's at Iowa State. Congratulations to the graduates from the Department of Food, Science, and Human Nutrition.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carl Weems, and I am chair of the Human Development and Family Studies Department. Our department offers programs in early childhood education, early childhood programming, family and consumer sciences, education and studies, financial counseling and planning, and of course, human development and family studies. On behalf of the HDFS faculty and staff, I offer our congratulations to all of you and to your families and friends. I am now proud to present to you the students who have successfully completed their academic programs in the department. We will begin with those students in early childhood education who we share with the School of Education.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. Jennifer Aguilar, magna cum laude. Jennifer would like to thank her family and her daughter for motivating her to become a first-generation grad.
Mia would like to thank her mom, dad, and Ricky for helping her get through college.
Erin Elizabeth Plagge, magna cum laude. Erin would like to thank her classmates, professors, and family who supported her while at Iowa State.
Mackenzie K. Scales, summa cum laude. Mackenzie will work as a preschool teacher at St. Francis of Assisi in Marshalltown.
Kelsey Lynn Pavelka, summa cum laude. Kelsey would like to thank her dad who supported and encouraged her.
Hannah Reese, cum laude. Hannah would like to thank her family and her loved ones.
Reagan Marie Wielander, magna cum laude. Reagan will teach preschool at South Central Calhoun Community School District.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in Family and Consumer Sciences Education and Studies. Abby Almon. Abby will be student teaching this fall in Omaha and Phoenix. She would like to thank her family and friends for their support.
Jessica Kalupa. Jessica will be student teaching in the fall in Minneapolis. She would like to thank her friends and family.
Alexandra Day. Allie will be student teaching in the fall at Linn-Mar and Cedar Rapids. She is thankful for all of the support from her family and friends.
Hannah Marie Hale. Hannah's favorite memory is visiting La Casa Maya every Sunday with friends.
Lily Hoskins. Lily will be student teaching this fall. She wants to thank her family for all their love and support.
Tyler Lawrence Kubiak. Tyler will teach at ADM High School. He wants to thank all the people that helped him along the way.
Sarah Margaret Nelson, summa cum laude. Sarah will teach Family and Consumer Sciences at Southeast Valley Middle School.
Denise Ann Turnquist, summa cum laude. Denise's favorite ISU memory is planning bingo with her friends.
Chloe Marie Webster, summa cum laude. Chloe plans to be a missionary through the Fellowship of Catholic University Students.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in financial counseling and planning. Faith Alexandra Diamond, summa cum laude and honors program. Faith would like to thank Professors Carolyn Steckelberg and Dayong Lee and her family.
Clay William Hohartz. Clay's favorite ISU memory is watching ISU sports with his friends.
Austin Jeffrey Robine. Austin would like to thank his friends and family for the continued support and encouragement.
Max Zevenbergen. Mac would like to thank God and his family.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in Human Development and Family Studies. Myra Lynn Bolton, magna cum laude. Myra would like to thank her mom and dad.
Kaylee Sue Folkman. Kaylee would like to thank her family for supporting her and pursuing her to the end, pushing her to the end.
Mary Elise Gorley. Mary would like to thank her family and friends for helping through this journey.
Bailey Lynn Harvey, magna cum laude. Bailey would like to thank her mom.
Van Leon Hum. Van would like to thank the professors, advisors, and trio.
Samantha Lynn Jimerson, cum laude. Samantha's future plans are to serve children and families.
Maya Knudsen. Maya will pursue her master's in clinical mental health counseling at Minnesota State University.
Maev Emily Lowry, cum laude. Maev would like to thank her parents.
Riley Ann Olson. Riley will be a TAP coordinator at Ames High School.
Caitlin Victoria Rowling, cum laude. Caitlin's favorite ISU memory is the community service projects and trips she participated in.
Jessica Lindsay Shields, magna cum laude. Jessica would like to thank her family and friends.
Lexi Lynn Smith. Lexi would like to thank her friends and family.
Jessica Stolk, magna cum laude. Jessica will pursue a career in nonprofit administration and community engagement.
Amanda Marie Urban, magna cum laude. Amanda plans to study school psychology at the University of Northern Iowa.
Hannah Velasquez. Hannah will be starting a master's program in human development at Arizona State University in the fall.
Callista Marie Webb, magna cum laude. Callista would like to thank her family for their support and late-night calls. Congratulations to the graduates from the Department of Human Development and Family Studies.
Good afternoon. My name is Li Shan Cho, and I am the professor and the chair of the Department of Kinesiology. In kinesiology, we explore the benefit of physical activity and exercise and the negative consequence of sedentary behavior on human health. Our department offers the undergraduate majors with Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Health, with options in community and public health, exercise science, physical activity and health promotion, physical education, teacher education, pre-health professions. We also offer a 3+2 program that leads to a master degree in athletic health, training. And also, in the fall semesters, we will be launching an online master degree in digital health. To family and friends of the graduate, thank you for your support of these outstanding young women and men. And to our graduate, congratulations. We are so proud of your achievement. Enjoy this special day, and the best wishes for the success in your future.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in athletic training. Jordan Riley Jack, summa cum laude. Jordan is an athletic training intern with the Chicago Cubs.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in kinesiology and health. Juliana May Andricula, cum laude. Juliana would like to thank her family and friends for their support through this journey.
Katie Aguayo. Katie would like to thank her parents, family, and friends for their love and support.
Jada Simone Unea, Nugrat. Jada would like to thank Dr. Alexis Campbell, the Science Bound program, family, and friends.
Claire Christens Annis, magna cum laude. Claire would like to thank her family for their unwavering support and encouragement.
McKenna K. Ashinger. McKenna will continue her education at Mercy College of Health Sciences.
Ashley Ann Bankson, magna cum laude. Ashley would like to thank her family and Iowa State for giving her the opportunity of a lifetime.
Ane Janice Bogus. Ane would like to thank her mom for her unwavering love and support.
Elena Mary Breitbach, magna cum laude. Elena's plans are to apply to medical school during her gap year.
Michael John Brennan. Michael John Brennan would like to thank his family and for their continued support throughout his education.
Allison Renee Carr, summa cum laude. Allison plans to pursue a doctorate in physical therapy at Des Moines University.
Madeline Marie Cox. Madeline would like to thank her loved ones.
Mason Diaz Bandera, summa cum laude. Mason's favorite ISU memory is his kinesiology potluck of junior year.
Jay Raymond Drummer. Jay would like to thank GWC, his professors, his mentors, and his family for all the support.
Marco Escobar. Marco would like to thank his parents for their support.
Savannah Lily Evans, cum laude. Savannah will get her doctorate of physical therapy at Rosalind Franklin University.
Hannah Figueros. Hannah will attend Des Moines University's Doctor of Physical Therapy program.
Laura Jane Frank, magna cum laude. Laura would like to thank her family for their love and support.
Zachary Donald Clendenin. Zachary plans to continue teaching and coaching in Arizona.
Brooke Nicole Freeman, magna cum laude. Brooke will pursue a doctorate of physical therapy at Des Moines University.
Abby Freskin, summa cum laude. Abby plans to research public health and teach at the university level.
Alan Jameson Furr, magna cum laude. Alan plans to get a master's in biomedical sciences at ISU.
Paige Madeline Hanley, cum laude. Paige plans to attend Belmont Occupational Therapy Doctorate Program.
Renee Hazelbush, magna cum laude. Renee gets married on May 12th and then begins her doctorate of physical therapy at Duke.
Adam Harris, big thanks to my family, the boys, and an amazing girlfriend.
Lauren Elizabeth Heyman, cum laude. Lauren will receive her doctorate from Palmer College of Chiropractic.
Brindley Horace, magna cum laude. Brindley would like to thank her family for their endless support.
Umed Aidan. Umed would like to thank his parents and his siblings.
Sydney Reese Jackson, cum laude. Sydney would like to thank her parents.
Brandon Kamstra. Brandon plans to work studying neuroscience at the University of Iowa Research Institute.
Marcus Lee. Marcus will be attending Palmer College of Chiropractic.
Lydia Lynch, magna cum laude. Lydia plans to pursue a master's degree in neuroscience at Iowa State.
Ellen Lillian Luagi, magna cum laude. Ellen will attend Nebraska Methodist College for her master's in occupational therapy.
Priscilla Joanna Macias, magna cum laude. Priscilla will attend graduate school for her master's in public health.
Elizabeth Marlowe, summa cum laude and honors program. Elizabeth's future plans are to work at Walt Disney World as a performer.
Jillian Rose Marquez. Jillian would like to thank her parents and boyfriend.
Carlton Mensah. Carlton would like to thank his parents and siblings for believing in him.
Peter Mark Meyer. Peter would like to thank his friends and family for their support.
Bryn Danielle Miller, summa cum laude. Bryn plans to receive her master's degree in physician assistant studies.
Caitlin Miller. Caitlin's favorite ISU memory is going to the home football games.
Fabiola Morales Ambert, magna cum laude. She wants to thank her mom, aunt, grandma, and family for their never-ending support.
Timothy James O'Hara. Tim would like to thank his parents for all their support and love.
Andrew Frederick Pilar. Andrew would like to thank his family, friends, and girlfriend.
Sarah Grace Peterson, summa cum laude and honors program. Sarah would like to thank God, her family, and her friends.
Brandon Perry Peterson. Brandon would like to thank his parents, professors, friends, and staff at Genesis Health Clubs.
Aaron K. Rhodes. Aaron will go to nursing school to become a CRNA.
Carrie Lynn Schmidt. Carolyn plans to attend nursing school.
Alan Sauce Amon. Alan plans to attend medical school to become an orthopedic surgeon.
Stephanie Marie Stinger, summa cum laude. Stephanie will attend the University of Iowa to complete her doctorate in physical therapy.
Kylie Jerome Swenson, summa cum laude. Kylie would like to thank his family. Kyle would like to thank his family and friends.
Drew Benjamin Sidlow, cum laude. Drew's favorite ISU memory is meeting all of his friends.
Matthew Ansdell Taylor, cum laude. Matthew would like to thank the entire Iowa State community.
Charlie Rose Thielen. Charlie plans to pursue her doctorate in chiropractics at Palmer College.
Zachary Neal Tegens, cum laude. Zachary plans to attend chiropractic school.
Abby Van Middlesworth. Abby would like to thank her family and friends for loving her so well.
Sydney Ann Wallach, summa cum laude. Sydney plans to apply to and attend physician assistant school.
Michael Ransom Walters, summa cum laude. Michael will attend medical school at the University of Iowa in the fall.
Jenna Renee Francis Wilson. Jenna would like to thank all her friends and family.
Leah Danielle Weisner. Leah will pursue a doctorate of physical therapy at Briarcliff University. Congratulations to the graduates from the Department of Kinesiology.
Good afternoon. I am Mary Harley Gresham, and I'm the interim director of the School of Education. The School of Education offers the undergraduate major in elementary education and partners with the Human Development and Family Studies Department to offer the early childhood education major. In addition, the school provides teacher-educator preparation coursework for students majoring in specific content areas outside of the College of Human Sciences who are preparing to teach at the secondary and K-12 levels. On behalf of the faculty and staff in the School of Education, congratulations. We applaud your commitment to education and welcome you to the profession. Dean Jolly, I'm pleased to present the graduates from the School of Education.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in elementary education. Lauren Ann Anderson, cum laude. Lauren's favorite ISU memory is meeting all of her friends the past 4 years.
Jordan Anderson. Jordan will be student teaching in Des Moines in the fall.
Meredith Ann Baumhover. Meredith plans to teach in the Des Moines area.
Allison Buckman. Allison will be student teaching in Eastern Iowa this fall.
Abby Rochelle Bolson. Abby's favorite memory is participating in the ISU 4U Promise program. Abby will be student teaching in Marshalltown in a kindergarten class this fall.
Maureen Claire Bronnen. Maureen would like to thank her mother for making a college a possibility for her.
Nolan Burns. Nolan will be student teaching in Waukee and Olathe, Kansas in the fall.
Holly Cam. Holly will be student teaching in Central Iowa fall semester.
Frances O'Neill Carlson, magna cum laude. Frances will be an elementary special ed teacher in Nevada, Iowa.
Shaylin Carlson. Shaylin will be student teaching in Cherokee, Iowa this fall.
Brianne Cartwright, cum laude. Brianne will become an elementary school teacher in the suburbs of Des Moines.
Sydney Grace Carver, summa cum laude. Sydney's favorite memory is meeting her lifelong friends.
Sage Marie Clayton. Sage's favorite memory is turning in the massive text set during Block 2.
Kayla Grace Curtis. Kayla uses her endorsements in math and reading to provide students with tutoring support.
Olivia Dow. Olivia will student teach in 4th and 6th grade in Ames this fall.
Paige Ann Davis, cum laude. Paige will teach 2nd grade at Creston Community Schools.
Jordan DeRoos. Jordan would like to thank her professors, Dirk Deem and Diana Figueredo, for their mentorship.
Kayla Edwards. Kayla will be student teaching at Colonesco Elementary School and East Marshall Elementary School.
Claire Elizabeth Gardy, summa cum laude. Claire will teach 4th grade at Prairie View Elementary in Cedar Rapids.
Madison Hagan. Madison will be student teaching at West Lyon Schools and also in Germany fall semester.
Melanie Louise Hoppert, summa cum laude. Melanie would like to thank her mom and dad.
And Dina Havich. Dina will be student teaching in West Des Moines fall semester.
Zoe Ann Havik. Zoe would like to thank her family.
Amari Ingram. Amari will be student teaching in Norway fall semester.
Emma Rose Ingram. Emma will be student teaching this fall.
Natalie Kirstein. Natalie will be student teaching at Woodward Granger and Nevada.
Allison Cook, summa cum laude. Allison's future plans are teaching kindergarten in the Ankeny Community School District.
Paige Leanne Lynch. Paige will be student teaching in Central Iowa this fall.
Riley Ray Leshen. Riley will be student teaching kindergarten in Mitchellville 3rd grade in Albia fall semester.
Grace Maurer. Grace would like to thank her parents.
Caden Marr. Caden will be student teaching in the Waukee and Southeast Polk school districts fall semester.
Mackenzie Renee Major, cum laude. Mackenzie will teach 5th grade at DeSoto Intermediate School.
Marley McDonald. Marley will be student teaching in Central Iowa in the fall semester.
Taylor McKinney. Taylor's favorite memory is getting to spend time with her classmates as they are now friends for a lifetime.
Tony Madison Meyer, cum laude. Tony's favorite ISU memory is meeting friends who made Iowa State home.
Kylie Joy Neal, magna cum laude. Kylie will teach at an elementary school in the Des Moines area.
Megan Newroth, summa cum laude. Megan will teach 3rd grade at Wallace Elementary in Johnston.
Hannah Nielsen. Hannah will be student teaching special education this fall.
Emma Oliver. Emma will teach 2nd grade at Horizon Science Academy.
Olivia Pasquarello, summa cum laude. Olivia would like to thank her family for always supporting her.
Caitlin Una Patterson. Caitlin will be student teaching at Madrid Elementary and Southeast Polk Middle School in the fall.
Odali Perla Cortez, summa cum laude. Odali plans to teach 3rd grade at Perry Elementary School.
Sarah Powers. Sarah will be student teaching in the fall.
Maya Rose Preble, magna cum laude. Maya would like to thank her mom for being her biggest supporter.
Jackson Dean Ritter, magna cum laude. Jackson would like to thank his family, friends, mentors, and professors.
Addison Riley. Addison will be student teaching in Iowa and New Zealand this fall.
Noah David Racinko. Noah would like to thank his family for their love and support.
Jana Michelle Schierbecker, summa cum laude. Jana would like to thank her past and future students who have become her inspiration.
Hannah Renee Schrader, magna cum laude. Hannah plans to work as a special education teacher in an elementary school.
Hannah Perrin Shriver. Hannah would like to thank her family for their unconditional support.
Natalie Joel Stacy. Natalie would like to thank her parents for supporting her throughout college.
Kaylee Lynn Storjohan. Kaylee will be student teaching in the fall.
Natalie Jane Supel. Natalie will be student teaching in Omaha in the fall.
Tristan Tuttle. Tristan will be student teaching in Minnesota and New Zealand next fall.
Nicole Velez Bentancourt, magna cum laude. Nicole will teach kindergarten at Woodbury Elementary in Marshalltown.
Rose Vanderlinden, magna cum laude. Rose would like to thank the Lord, her family, friends, and professors.
Samantha Marie Voss, magna cum laude. Samantha would like to thank her amazing professors and family for their support.
Kelly Ray Walters. Kelly's favorite ISU memory is joining a hip-hop club and becoming a choreographer.
Caitlin K. Wolfcool, summa cum laude. Caitlin would like to thank her family.
Kenzie Wenschel, summa cum laude. Kenzie's future plans are to teach 4th grade at Shaler Crestland Elementary.
Zoe Elizabeth Zelnio, cum laude. Zoe's favorite ISU memory is living with her best friends.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in secondary education. Alexia Marie Formanek. Alexia would like to thank her family for their support.
Kaylee Elise Johnson, cum laude. Kaylee will teach 6th grade English and Language Arts in Cedar Rapids.
Ansley Joy Lovren, summa cum laude. Ansley would like to thank her family for their unending support.
Brianna Sander, cum laude. Brianna will teach math in grades 6 through 9 at Boyer Valley in western Utah. Congratulations to the graduates from the School of Education.
Congratulations again to all our graduating students. I hope to see you all at university commencement ceremonies tomorrow. I'd like to acknowledge 2 other very important groups, for without them, we would not have this group of graduates before us today. First, our academic advisors and faculty have been critically important. Please help me acknowledge them. There's a second group, most often behind the scenes but ever present. You, the families of our students who have supported your student monetarily, physically, emotionally, and spiritually throughout their lives. Would family members please stand for applause and congratulations? After our final song today, students, please remain seated until the stage party exits. You'll exit from the front, and our faculty marshals will dismiss you row by row. And audience, also, please be seated until the students have filed out and exit to the concourse level and not to the floor. Now, please stand and join Andrew Cox, a senior in music, and Ian Lewis, a senior in music, in singing The Bells of Iowa State. The words are at the back of your program.